And they
SubhanAllah.
do that. They
They,
do that, and they fund certain people because they want a certain. Okay, you're not going to teach your girls. We'll teach them for you. No problem. We'll take that over. We'll take over that responsibility.
No, I'm not worried at all. I rely on God, Allah.
I think about that for my daughter.
Mm.
SubhanAllah, man. I'll be honest with you. When I came to East London, there's there's a number of masajid here which actually don't have a sister section. It led to an awkward moment where there was a fairly big masjid that I went to. It was really nice. I remember the first time I came to it. You know, it's big,
Mm.
and I told my wife, "Look, you got to check out this masjid. It's really nice."
Mm.
And then we came, and like we're sort of looking for the sisters entrance, the sister side entrance, and
Mm.
you know, I never even thought, it never occurred to me that there might not
Yeah.
be a sister's entrance, right? You know, I asked the brother, and the brother was really awkward. I felt like he recognized like, oh, this is a problem, but like he's like, yeah, we
Mm.
don't decide. I then over the years I recognized a lot of women are actually just sitting in the cars waiting outside for the men to finish prayer. So if
Mm.
you see all the cars sort of lined up outside on the street, a lot of them are
Mm.
just packed full of like, I mean, there's sisters just waiting. The reason I'm reflecting on this is because
Mm.
I'm thinking about, man, where do I have to move? You know, we're talking about part of being part of a community. You know, like
Mm.
I can't live near this masjid because my daughter won't have any role models here
Mm.
whatsoever. You know what I mean? I mean, she
Yeah.
just simply think about every girl in one of those cars.
Yeah.
What kind of role models does she have? We're thinking about why is it that they're looking up to these hijabi influencers, and that's why there's like a
Yeah.
gendered element potentially to it. That these
Yeah.
sisters have literally no exposure to a community, and if they have exposure to community, you know, to what extent these women are are given that sort of that investment, right? I mean, that shared
Mm.
investment. It's both brothers and sisters, and there's gendered elements to it that are very significant. You know, I mean,
Mm.
again, we went to another masjid, and one of the brothers said, in the set, the women pray at home. And I'm like,
Mm.
SubhanAllah, like I'm just
Mm.
trying to, I'm just
Mm.
trying to find a place for my daughter. And
Yeah.
I didn't recognize this issue until I had a daughter. I mean, I recognized
Mm.
it. Obviously, there's documentaries like Unmasked, for example,
Mm.
right? Or other documentaries, or chatter about and research really on like how Muslim women don't necessarily feel part of like Muslim communities, or but
This is the
man,
worst policy for ourselves. You're sabotaging your now and your future.
yeah,
Because all I can do is imagine all those sisters just on their smartphone watching God knows what video while people are praying inside. You know what I mean? Like you're just sabotaging
that's it.
your whole family, like your whole future you're just sabotaging that.
You did. That's it. That's it.
You know,
Paula, I mean,
and
I
mm,
actually had to like, I had to tell myself I can't move here. You know what I mean? Like it
mm,
actually impacted where I'm going to move because I was
yeah,
living nearby,
yeah,
and I'm like, I can't live here. But imagine people
yeah,
don't have that choice, that
mm,
mobility, right? I had that mobility.
yeah,
Imagine someone else now.
yeah,
That little sister doesn't have it,
yeah.
and what?
I think, yeah, generally speaking, uh, our community has very little role models, like especially those to practice the deen like authentically. But the sisters, I think, even more so. And what I've found is that we've done so much to harm ourselves that you're just become easy pickings for those people who try to manipulate the Muslim community. Because what happens now is that you have the haters who say, okay, you guys don't have any role models in your community, we'll make one for you.
Yeah,
And they
subhanallah.
do that. They
They,
do that. And they fund certain people because they want a certain, okay, you're not going to teach your girls, we'll teach them for you. No problem. We'll take that over. We'll take over that responsibility.
yeah, man.
And, having daughters, absolutely everything. I want to take them to everything.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I remember once my daughter was very young, but I said, okay, you know what? I had to travel. Like I had to fly across the country. She was pretty young at that time. I think she had to have been 7. So, and I was sitting down to get ijaza and collection of hadith. I said, okay, come with me. And so she witnessed the whole process. And to this day, she talks about it.
MashaAllah.
To this day, she talks about, what happened and like the hadith that she heard and everything that happened in that trip. So it has like a significant lasting impact, on her development and her mindset. And I think that's what we need to analyze it absolutely absolutely everything that we do in our community. What are we doing? Are we setting up our community for success? Are we moving our community towards failure?
Absolutely.
Do I feel that the New York police are providing enough protection, or do I have to have protection of my own? I look for protection from Allah.